Oh, welcome to GOT. Today I've got a different story, not one that I'm really excited about telling, but I've got to tell it because it does happen. Out of one of these phones, I'm very disappointed. It got an issue once again, and you're going to hear about it, so don't want to miss this. So I've been doing this for about a year and a half now, where I review these phones, and I really enjoy doing it. I started out with the Surface Duo. I really enjoyed this phone, and I've gotten a lot of life out of it, and still works really well. And then I moved on from this to a Samsung Z Fold, and I started off with the Z Fold 4. Now I've got the 6, and I really enjoyed that phone while it lasted until I discovered the OnePlus Open. It took me a while to get the nerve up to order another foldable and actually come up with the funds to order this, but I ordered a OnePlus Open, and of course, what I had that to compare to was the Z Fold. And the Z Fold, even the 6, still quite a bit thinner, not as friendly to my eyes and my fingers when I go to use them. And I've done plenty of videos on the difference between these two. The main thing is that narrow screen. Now, of course, most recently is the Pixel 9 Pro Fold that came out, which I really enjoy this phone. But to give you a little backstory, I had the OnePlus Open and the Z Fold 5 doing a lot of different comparisons. And then suddenly my OnePlus Open had a defect in the screen. I got a line across it, as you can see here. And this happened to me twice with two different phones. So you can imagine the frustration. And you can watch these two different videos here talking about the stories of the OnePlus Open and the problem with the screen. Now, fortunately, when it did go out and I replaced my first one, that was only like a week-long process, and I was able to use my Z Fold 5 in the meantime because I've just drawn to these foldables. And if you've never tried a foldable before, you've got to try it. See what I did there? Anyway, when you use a foldable, you've just got that large screen on the inside, and it makes it such a different, full, immersive experience. The full screen versus a single screen at about half the size, as you can see there. So it did not take long for me to get adapted to these foldables and love these big screens. And the fact that they now had the largest screens on the front, so you felt like you had a full-size phone when it's closed. Now I can go on and on about that, but let's not, because I've hashed that enough in other videos. So what is my story today? Well, my story today is that I have a phone now that out of the blue, I picked it up, looked at it, and there was a big old red pixel staring straight at me that just completely ruined the view for me. I don't know if you ever looked at something and there's just one little thing, even as tiny as it is, your eye just wants to draw to it. And that's what's going on here. And which phone is it? Unfortunately, it is the OnePlus Open. Yeah, so those of you that have been with me, this is my third issue with the screen on the inside of a OnePlus Open. Now, did I do anything to make this happen? No. As a matter of fact, I got this last one brand new, open in a box. You can see that on one of my other videos here. And I put this case on it, and I've had the case on it ever since. And I treat it with kid gloves because I don't want to lose this phone. It's one of my favorites. Now, after the last video I did with the issue of the OnePlus Open, I got a lot of people saying they've had it since day one. They've had it for so long. Some folks actually said they've dropped it before and they've never had a screen issue. And I'm just so glad they never had an issue with theirs. I seem to be one of those unfortunate ones that I just keep getting hit and struck with these phones. Now, I don't know if you can see it here. It's very small. It's right up here towards the top. It's a little red dot. I'll push this as close as I can. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll put a picture up here so you can see it closer. And it seems so small, and I've been back and forth saying, don't make an issue out of it, Mark. It's just a little dot. But when you open up YouTube here and watch a video, that dot gets really big, really fast, simply because my eyes just draw to it. So what do I do? So I'm putting it out to you guys. What do I do? There is warranty still coverage on this. I actually have insurance on it as well. I went ahead and I did put in a claim to OnePlus about the defective screen. And they did what they've done in the past. They just said, okay, what is your information? Send it to me, and then we'll let you know what to do from here. I'm expecting their next email will say, here's a label, go ahead and package up the phone and send it to us for repair. Well, the last time it took 2 months to get it back. And I expressed that to them and says, I do not want another 2 months of waiting for a return phone. And this is the third phone. So, really, is it 3 strikes, you're out? It seems like no matter how much you love this phone, if it's going to keep going bad like that, why spend my money on it and why spend time on it? I'd rather review something different. So to be honest, where it is right now, I'm waiting for OnePlus to see what they respond with. Hopefully they're going to do something quick, give me another one. And if they give me another one, I'm only going to bust it out for reviews and videos. I'm not going to carry it around. I didn't drop it. Matter of fact, I happened to be sitting in my car parked. I actually just pulled it out of the holster. I have it in a holster on my side. I pulled it out, opened it up, and right away when I opened up that screen, I saw that red dot. I tried to sweep it away with my finger, blow it off, thinking, okay, maybe it's a little bit of glitter, but no, it was something that everyone dreads, which is a dead pixel. So a lot of you have asked me after I've done reviews on this and actually had 2 defective ones, is it worth getting? Should I get it? I've heard so many reports. Well, I got to say there's so many reports of people not having issues with it. I mean, they put out, I don't know how many million of these devices. So I'm sure there's thousands upon thousands of people that don't have issues. I don't know what the percentage rate is of people with issues with the screen. I wish I did know, and I'd share it with you. Maybe somebody out there knows what the percentage is of those that have issues with the OnePlus Open screen, or the inner screen, that is. If you do know or have an article that covers that, please put it down in the comments below. I want to know. Now, what I don't know is if they use a different screen technology on the OnePlus Open than they do the Samsung Z Fold or the Pixel 9 Pro. I'd really like to know if any of you want to share that. That'd be great too. But you know what? I've never had an issue with a Z Fold 5 screen, and this is my 3rd one. I had the 4, the 5, and now the 6. Now, granted, I've only had the 6 for a couple of months, but I only had the OnePlus Open for a month. And the one prior to this one, it was 3 weeks. Now I have the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and I've never had a problem with the inner screen. Knock on wood. Hopefully I won't. It's just been beautiful. It's a nice big screen, and I'm just thankful that if I do got to send this back, at least now I have the Pixel Fold to fall back on, and then the Z Fold if I had to. But it's this front screen that makes the difference for me. So for all you that were out there that were asking about the OnePlus Open, should you get it or should you not? It's really hard for me to really promote it right now. Now, if things go through and I get the replacement, and even this one, I'm still going to continue to do reviews on it and compare it to the others because it is a great phone. Otherwise, it's just that nasty inner screen and the issues I've had. So if you're thinking about investing in a foldable right now, I'd have to say these 2 I've never had an issue with, but the OnePlus Open is open for debate on whether it has defective technology in the screen. I wish I didn't have to put out this negative video. And for those of you that really just love your OnePlus Open and have never had issues, I am so happy for you. And I so wish I was one of those. I really didn't want to create this video. I hated the idea of it. Ask my wife.
He's about as excited about this video as this boy is about going to the vet. He's been howling about it. Yeah, I'm talking about my husband, about it all day.
So all I can say is keep rocking your OnePlus Open and be thankful every day that it doesn't have an issue. And in case you're wondering, yes, I'm still interested in the OnePlus Open 2, version 2. Maybe it'll be better. If they say anything about it being stronger glass or anything, that would be wonderful. But going any thinner just makes me worry, like the Magic V3. I would love to review that phone, but I'm concerned how thin it is. How thin is too thin? But that's a whole other topic, and I don't even want to go down that road because there's a lot of people out there that love that phone. And I actually haven't heard any stories about the Magic V3 that have been issues with the screen. But there's one thing I do know about the OnePlus Open screen, and you guys out there that own these other phones, you might verify it. In my view, it has the least noticeable crease in that inner screen. I'm telling you, you could barely even notice there's a crease in this phone when you open it up. And you really got to look around and maneuver it to find that crease, where the Z Fold 5 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, those creases are really visible at any angle. You have to be straight on not to see those. And I noticed that on the Magic as well. I've seen people do reviews on that. Its crease is a little more noticeable than the OnePlus. So that invisible crease is one of the biggest reasons I really enjoy the OnePlus Open. Well, I hope you found this video, this information informative, and I hope I've given you some things to think about. I will keep you up to speed on what goes on further and let you know what I plan to do once my options become available. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you got something out of this video, please smash that like button down below. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I know there's a large percentage of you that have not subscribed yet. Just go ahead and do it. It's free. It costs you nothing, and it really does help out the channel, helping me help you with more reviews, tips, and tricks. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know where you stand and what I should do with the OnePlus Open dilemma. Thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless.